Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Hey, good Monday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresco. A busy Monday out there. Of course, we have the inauguration, 47th President Donald Trump being sworn in after noontime today. Also, the observance of Martin Luther King Day. Though quiet on the weather front, let's bring in 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis. We had some snow last night into early this morning. That has cleared out. Now we are awaiting the bitter cold.
Yeah, and it arrives, well, tonight. We're going to get down to close to zero in some spots tonight, and that cold will be with us through at least the middle of the week. In the meantime, as you mentioned, Nick, kind of a quiet day because of the holiday. There is one traffic problem to show you. I-91 South near Mount Tom through Holyoke. There might be some construction here. We don't have any word from Mass Highway on an accident. But anyway, keep in mind that this is slow going here. I-91 southbound from the Oxbow to parts of Holyoke. Otherwise, traffic seems to be okay. There is a little bit of a slowdown here, 391 and 291 at the merge here with I-91. But the Pike is in good shape. So all things considered, not too bad for a holiday. Let's give you a quick rundown of how much snow we ended up with. You know, generally speaking, this is a 4 to 5 inch snowstorm for most of us. 5.1 West Springfield, Ludlow, 4 inches for you, 5.5 in West Hampton, North Amherst 3.9, and just over 5 inches in Montague. Temperatures right now are in the low 20s, in the teens in the Berkshires. The wind is obviously making it feel cooler, and the wind has picked up. Notice wind gusts over 20 miles per hour here, and the clouds and radar showing that we have just some scattered clouds. So we clear out, the wind calms down, and the temperature drops. Again, down near zero here overnight tonight. We'll talk about our next chances for rain and snow with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
President Donald Trump has been sworn in for his second term and as the 47th President of the United States. Trump delivered a speech in the Capitol Rotunda looking back at his first inaugural address. In his address today, Trump pledged to impose hardline border and immigration measures. It also included making it U.S. policy to recognize only male and female sexes, along with increasing energy production. President Trump triggered a new, quote, golden age for the U.S. Meantime, President Joe Biden, on his final morning in office, issued several high-profile pardons. The outgoing president said the move was done to preemptively protect people President-elect, now President Donald Trump, has threatened. Among those pardoned, General Mark Milley, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and the members and staff who served on the House committee that investigated the January 6 attack on the Capitol. The outgoing president also pardoned his siblings and their spouses. Biden said the pardons are not an acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Back here locally now, 6 people are without a home after a fire this morning in Springfield. Springfield Fire Captain Drew Pamonte told 22 News that crews were called to a house fire on 130 Woodmont Street. The 6 people displaced are being assisted by the American Red Cross. No injuries have been reported. The Springfield Arson and Bomb Squad says that the fire started in the first floor kitchen. The source is still being looked into. Massachusetts Attorney General Andrea Campbell has co-sponsored a new bill that could ban the use of cell phones and other electronic devices in public schools. It comes after the U.S. Surgeon General found that social media can have a negative impact on children's mental health. Campbell says this bill will create a distraction-free environment and a digital landscape that prioritizes the well-being of our children. If passed, the STUDY Act would require schools to have a formal policy regarding the use of these devices and a plan on how to educate students about the harms of social media use. We're back now with Brian Lapis. It's cold out there, Brian.
Yeah, you know, here's the upside to the cold. We're not shoveling a bunch of sludge, right? So it's a very light and airy snow, easy to remove.
Anything that melted, though, this afternoon will refreeze tonight.
Excellent point. And in fact, drive carefully, because once we get down into the single digits, de-icers start to be less effective.
Right.
So anyway, let's take a look at what's happening. A little breezy right now. At least we were bright, sunshine. If you had the day off, maybe you got a powder day today. You went skiing. I'm envious of you if you did that. Anyhow, as we head into the evening hours, we'll be mostly clear. 5 o'clock here this evening, mostly clear. 7 o'clock, just a few scattered clouds around here through 9 o'clock. Breeze is going to back off, so generally speaking, a lighter wind here overnight. We get down around 0 in many places at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Sunshine for the morning hours, middle of the day, a little bit of cloudiness, a little bit of a breeze here tomorrow around 5 to 15 miles per hour. And high temperatures will be in the upper teens and low 20s. We'll track more weather. Of course, that's what I do, right? I track more weather. We'll track when this cold air kind of bottoms out and when we start the return to a more warmer trend with our 22 News Storm Team forecast on 22 News at 5.
The price of Bitcoin has surged to over $109,000 on the day of President Trump's inauguration. Trump vowed on the campaign trail to take steps early in his second presidency to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. His promises include creating a U.S. crypto stockpile, enacting industry-friendly regulation, and appointing a crypto czar for his administration. The highly volatile nature of cryptocurrencies and their use by criminals, scammers, and rogue nations has attracted plenty of critics. Cecile Richards, who led Planned Parenthood for more than a decade, has died. That's according to a statement from her family. Richards became president of the Planned Parenthood Action Fund in 2006 and served in that post until 2018. She was known for passionately supporting abortion rights. Last year, she revealed she had been diagnosed with an aggressive form of brain cancer. She was 67 years old. Tonight on 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock today, the country is observing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. See how the civil rights leader is being honored here in western Massachusetts. Plus, snowy conditions this morning led to some messy roads, but some winter fun. We'll have a look at our first significant snowstorm of the season. And a local fundraiser helping to raise money for the Center for Human Development. Brian.
All right, yeah, actually saw some folks sledding at Anniversary Park, I believe, in Holyoke today. You don't see people sledding a lot anymore.
Right.
Right? Anyhow, I digress. Let's take a look at traffic. I-91 South, Northampton to Holyoke, running a little slowly. Keep this in mind. And also a little slow downtown, 391 and 291, looking a little slower, at least 91 at the 291 merge. And then the Pike looks good. Details on back to work and back to school weather. It's going to be a chilly start here tomorrow morning with our 22 News Storm Team forecast on 22 News at 5.
All right, Brian, thank you. And thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4. Updates anytime, all the time, at wwlp.com and the free 22 News app.